Good evening, Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hawkeye Volleyball. I'm John Evans. Tonight, the Hawkeyes travel to Penn State to take on the Nittany Lions in the season finale for the Hawkeyes. Last night, Iowa was in New Jersey and took on Rutgers, and the Hawks came away winners, winning in 4 sets, 25-22, 25-16, 20-25, and 25-19 in the deciding 4th set. Hawkeye offense led by Courtney Bizzario, 18 kills, hit 279, 11 kills from Amaya Jones. She hit 476, throw in 8 from Kendra Hansen and 8 for Addie Vanderweide. And a shorthanded Hawkeye team battled to hit 205 as a team while holding Rutgers to 144. And that proved to be pretty much the biggest difference in the game. Bailey Ortega led the Hawks with 32 assists. Jenna Splitt had 8. 5 ace serves from Courtney Bizzario to go with her 18 kills, and also had 8 digs and 4 blocks. So just filling the stat sheet for Courtney. Just a quick look, a couple ace serves from Mari Hinkle as well. Hawks were led in the back row. Mari Hinkle had 18 digs, but Addie Vanderweide had 12, and Bailey Ortega also had 11. So Hawks did a nice job getting defense from a lot of different places. Also had 10 blocks yesterday, so 7 from Hannah Clayton and 4 from Courtney Bizzario. So good blocking, good defense in the back row. 9 seniors tonight for Penn State, so we're going through a little bit of an extended senior presentation as Penn State's giving some flowers to the 4 Hawkeye seniors. So, again, nice recognition there. They're cleaning up as they did that yesterday at Rutgers as well. So, Hawkeyes with the win yesterday moved to 6-23 on the season, 4-15 in the Big Ten. So they're tied for 11th, I believe it is now. So, Hawks have a chance to take what was kind of a rough start to the early part of the season and make a good run here and end the season on a high note. 15th ranked Penn State fell last night to Minnesota in 4 sets. Stephanie Samity was a monster for the Gophers, as she's been for most all of the Big Ten. So she was able to handle what Penn State could throw at her. Just a quick look at the stats. Johnny Parker leads the Nittany Lions, 3.76 kills per set, hitting 239. Gabby Blossom does nearly all of the setting for the Nittany Lions, averaging 11 assists per set. A couple of strong servers. But Nittany Lions don't get aced a whole ton and don't get a ton of aces. So if the Hawks can stay on top, do a good job just receiving serve, get good serve and pass, get Amaya Jones involved, get Hannah Clayton involved tonight. Just give themselves a good chance to pull the upset here. Back row, it looks like Jenna Hampton's the libero for Penn State. She averages 4.34 digs, and Penn State, a fantastic blocking team, averaging nearly 3 blocks per set. So the Hawks will have their work cut out for them there. Use smart shots. Addie Vanderweide's been great all year, kind of tooling balls off the block, taking good off-ball swings. But that, again, will be if the Hawks can just make sure that they get a good first pass, give the setter options so that the block can't set up. The Hawks got into a little bit of trouble last night. The Rutgers block got them 12 times, and a lot of those came on off-net balls where the Hawks weren't really in system. Had a good chance to set the Rutgers block, had a good chance to set up on it, and then was able to come over and get the Hawks. So we'll see how they pan out that way and see if the Hawks can do a good job of sharing it around. I mentioned last night Amaya Jones and Hannah Clayton were tied for the #1 hitting percentage all time. I'm just going to guess based on last night's hitting percentages, but with Amaya having a better day than Hannah, I would assume that now Hannah has fallen to second, and Amaya has the lead. So two seniors. Last match here, we'll take it right down to the wire to see if they can not only maintain the number 1 and number 2 spot, but then maybe extend that lead just a little bit as both of them hitting nearly 300 for their Hawkeye careers. So just a great job from both of them. Have contributed for many years on the Hawkeye front line. Again, just a quick look at Penn State. Russ Rose in his 43rd season in the as the head coach. Penn State ranks number 1 in total team assists and total kills. So again, a great passing team. They get it spread around and then know how to finish. So looks like we're about ready to get started here. Lineup checks going on. Hawks in their kind of dark charcoal. It's not quite the black uniforms tonight. Mari Hinkle, the libero, is wearing white. Penn State wearing white, and their libero Jenna Hampton is in the navy blue. Final checks look to be complete. Looks like the Hawks will open up with the first serve. And it'll be Bailey Ortega that'll put it in play for the Hawks. Bailey takes some bounces, and we're underway. Serve to the middle of the floor. Blossom pushes it to the right side. Hawks are there. Ortega digs it up, goes up for a joust, falls back on the Penn State side. Blossom platforms it to the outside. Big swing, big block. Hannah Clayton, Courtney Bizzario get the block on Rollins. Dana Rollins, the transfer from Minnesota. Hawks lead 1-0. Ortega to fire again. Floats it over. Ball's tight again. Hansen goes up, knocks it back over. Dug by Rollins. Ball goes back outside to Rollins. She tips it over. Ortega digs it up. Hinkle pushes it all the way behind her. Hansen gets a swing. She's dug up. Platform behind her. Rollins will get a swing. And the block of Clayton and Bizzario there again, and they get Rollins for a second time, and the Hawks lead 2-0. Strong defensive effort from the Hawks so far. Ortega floats it over again. Pass off the net. Push to the middle attack. Punched over. Dug up by Ortega. Hinkle goes out to Bizzario. Big swing. Finds the corner, but it's dug up. Rollins swings again. She's dug up by Hinkle. Ortega pushes it out their backside to Bizzario, and Bizzario hammers it down the line and scores. 3-0 Hawks. Dream start for the Hawkeyes so far. Ortega bouncing again. She runs it forward now. Fires it. Passes off the net again. Ball goes backside. Parker sails it long. 4-0 Hawks on the attack error from Johnny Parker. Substitution coming in for Penn State already. Don't want to use a timeout, but trying to change some momentum. So they bring in, looks like that Stark comes into the game. Ortega serves it again, floats it over. Good ball this time. Middle attack coming. Blocked back on the Penn State side. Blossom pushes it outside. Big swing again. That's a kill. That was, let's see, that was Fitzpatrick with the kill. 4-1 Hawks lead. Penn State will get their first serve of the game. Blossom back to the service line. She knocks it over. Good play by Vanderwide. Pushes it outside. Tipped over by Hansen. Dug up. Push back row swing coming. Good hands there from Clayton. Dug by Bizzario. Ortega pushes it outside. Hansen goes right down the line. And that ball will go out of bounds. Penn State got a second contact on it, but just ricocheted over into the Iowa bench. It's 5-1 Hawks. Hansen back to serve now. Kendra runs it forward. Knocks it right down the line. Diving play. Ball's pushed to the outside. Tipped over. Ortega gets it. Clayton tried to handle the second ball and got called for a double contact, so it's 5-2. Back to serve now is Fitzpatrick. (5-2). Hawks on top here in the early going. She spins it. Big high toss. Big jump serve coming. Dug up. Good pass. Middle attack. Oh, big block there. That was, let's see, that was Horde that got the best of Clayton there. Penn State's clawed back. It's 5-3. Fitzpatrick again. Gets a big run at it, way behind the end line. Big high toss, runs forward, fires it over. Hinkle, great pass. Right side coming, Bizzario. She goes through the block and scores. Courtney Bizzario with the kill. It's 6-3 Hawks. Hinkle back to serve now. Clayton will take a seat, and Jones will come into the front row. Mari knocks it over. Good pass there. Middle attack coming. Big swing off the block and scores. Give that one to Horde. It's 6-4. Hampton now back to serve. She's the libero. Cleans off her shoes. Takes a couple smacks at it. And she puts it in play. Ortega has to platform it behind her to Bizzario. Goes off the block. She's dug up. Middle attack coming. Tipped over. No Hawks able to get there. Kill for Holland as she just tipped it over Jones. And in front of a diving Hinkle. 6-5. Vanderwide couldn't quite get the pancake underneath either. Hampton to serve again. She runs it, knocks it in play. Good pass from Slagle. Ortega to Jones. Jones finds the back line and scores. 7-5 Hawks. Amaya Jones gets the kill. Anabanjo checks in for Ortega, and that'll send Bizzario back to the service line. Buzz knocks it across. Pass goes too far, and Jones goes up and clobbers it. Amaya Jones takes care of the overpass, and it's 8-5. Buzz will get another shot. Another Penn State substitution there, breaking up the momentum. Buzz to serve. Tight pass again. Ball's off the net. Libero has to highball it over. Hinkle goes up. And Buzz is called for a double contact. Ball was tight to the net. Buzz tried to do her best. Couldn't quite clean it up. Might have been a good spot for the Bailey Ortega one-handed set. But either way, ball handling error makes it 8-6 Hawks on top. Parker now will serve. She knocks it over. Good ball from Vanderwide. Anabanjo out of the middle. Good kill for Toyosi. Love that combination play. They send Jones to the right side, and she looks like she's running a slide, and Anabanjo comes running right up the center. She finishes it off. 9-6, Hawks lead. Vanderwide to serve. Addie knocks it over. We're in play. Good ball here. Ball goes to the outside. Big swing. Dug up by Vanderwide. Split. Pushes it outside. Hansen has to tip. Ball was too tight. Mishandled a little bit, though. And then a miscommunication as the set Blossom and Hampton ran into each other there, and it's 10-6. Vanderwide to serve again. Takes a quick glance, see where the coach wants her to go. She sails it into the Penn State bench, 10-7. Stark now back to serve. Fitzpatrick checks back in for the Nittany Lions. Stark fires it over right down the line. Diving play by Vanderwide. Hinkle platforms it to Hansen. She sails it over the block and into the Penn State bench also. 10-8. Like the aggressive swing. Just missed the snap a little bit on that one. Tough ball coming over her head there again from Hinkle. Stark to serve. She fires it into the net. Service error makes it 11-8 Hawks lead. Clayton comes back in. Hinkle jogs over to the bench, and Jones goes back to the service line. Amaya Jones runs it forward, and she hits it into the net. 11-9. The Hawks won the serve-receive game there for about a month or so. Last couple matches, they've had a real hard time. Served it, had a lot of ace serves last night, but also had a lot of errors, so need to try to clean a few of those up, although I guess they go a little bit hand in hand. So Holland to serve. She knocks it over off the top of the tape. Vanderwide diving play. Ortega gives it to Bizarro in the back row, rolls it over. Pushes it outside, big swing. Ball sails long. That's an attack error from Fitzpatrick, 12-9. Ortega checks to the sideline, gets the signal, and she puts it in play. Diving play by the libero, middle attack from Horde. Ooh, and she pounds it off Hinkle, 12-10. Nice kill by Caitlin Horde. That'll send Blossom back to the service line. 12-10, Hawks on top here in the early going. Fired it over. Hanson, good pass. Ortega to the slide with Clayton. Blocked out of bounds and scores. Hannah Clayton with a kill, 13-10. Hanson back to serve now for the Hawks. She fires it right down the line. Diving play by the libero. Middle attack from Horde. Goes hard off Ortega. Caitlin Horde with another kill, 13-11. Substitution. Hanson went out for the Hawks. Substitution coming in now for Penn State. It'll be Bolinovic to serve. She fires it right down the line. Slagle, good pass to Ortega. Pushes it outside. It's tight. Vanderwide couldn't stay out of the net, though, so that'll be a hitting error on Addie. Kind of set up by a pass that her first set that she wasn't really able to handle. 13-12. Iowa still leads. Bolinovic to serve again. She floats it over. Slagle, decent pass to Ortega. Goes behind her to Bizarro. She's dug up by Blossom. Ball goes into play. Stark with a big swing, and she finds the seam in the Hawkeye defense. And Penn State's battled all the way back to tie it at 13. Bolinovic to serve again. She puts it in play right down the line. Slagle, good pass to Ortega. Behind her to Bizarro. Sharp cross. And Buzz gets the kill, 14-13. Jones will check back in. Clayton will high-five everybody on the bench. And Hinkle will head back to serve. Mari, couple steps forward and fires a good sharp cross. Good ball, though. Middle attack coming. Whew. And Horde just almost hurts Maddie Slagle. Good job by Maddie getting her hands up to protect herself there. 14-all. Hampton back to serve now. Couple steps forward for her, and she fires. Slagle, good pass. Ortega, middle to Jones. She's dug up, good ball. Hampton platforms it. Rolled over. Slagle diving play. Ortega finds a way, pushes it all the way out to Vanderwide. Off the block and scores. 15-14. Nice job by Addie using the tool there. Anabanjo back in. Ortega to the bench. Bizarro to serve. Court fires it off the tape. Good ball. Goes right side. Parker tips. Hinkle gets it. Net call on the Hawks. Looked like it might have been Vanderwide in the net. That'll tie us at 15. Hawks read the tip. They were there. Parker to serve now. Fires it long. Slagle ducks out of the way at the last minute. 16-15 Hawks on top. Hansen checks back in for Slagle. Vanderwide will serve. Addie gets the signal again. She comes forward, floats it over. Good ball. Good pass by Blossom. Goes outside. Stark hits it. Tries to go right down the line and misses. 17-15. Hawks push out by 2 again. Vanderwide. She'll get another try. Addie tries to go soft and hits it into the net. Second service error for her. 17-16 now. Hawks by a point. Stark goes back to the line. Stray volleyball on the court. Stark floats it over. Vanderwide, ball's off the net. Split chases it down, gives it to Hansen. Off the block, stays on the Hawks side. Jones covers, split. Hansen has to roll it over, dug up by Rollins. Middle attack. That goes through the block and scores. Give that kill to Holland. We're tied at 17. Hawks just couldn't quite close the block. Hansen and Jones couldn't shut it quite down. Stark. Vanderwide uses hands. Tipped over by Jones. Dug up by Blossom. Rollins. Sharp cross. Goes out. 18-17. Actually, we got a back row setter call there. I think the libero touched it in front of the 10-foot line with hands and then took an attack swing. So it's 18-17, Hawks lead. Jones to serve. Knocks it over. Good ball there. Pushes outside to Rollins. Rollins, big swing, sharp cross, scores. Tied at 18. What a battle we've got going here. Back and forth, back and forth. Hawks with a couple substitutions again. Holland to serve for the Nittany Lions. She gets the green light, takes another dribble, floats it over. Vanderwide, good ball to Ortega, middle to Clayton, off the block, scores, 19-18. Good action there from the Hawks. It was a good ball from Ortega. Clayton stayed with it nicely and scored. Ortega to serve. She spins it. Knocks it right down the line, or right in the middle. Good ball, middle attack. Whew, Horde is an athlete. Holy cow. Big hammer there again. We're tied at 19. Hansen left the block, left Clayton one-on-one. Blossom to serve. Knocks it at Hansen. Good ball. Ortega outside. Bizario's blocked. Johnny Parker and Caitlin Horde get the first block for Penn State, and Penn State has their first lead at 20-19. Coach Brown will call timeout. So Hawks trail, or Nittany, we'll go ahead and call this Nittany Lions lead 20-19 here in the first set. Iowa Volleyball is brought to you by University of Iowa Sports Medicine, offering sports injury prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation to athletes of all ages and skill levels. University of Iowa Sports Medicine, team physician of your Iowa Hawks. Let's see here. Trying to do something a little bit different for the seniors tonight. We'll see if we can catch everybody. We'll start with Maddie Slagle. Slagle's a Cedar Rapids Jefferson product, just up the road here from Iowa City. I've known Slagle since she was a little kid playing club ball. She played for a couple different places. She's played in 381 matches in her Hawkeye career. Slagle actually has 5 kills. She was a hitter back in the day for Cedar Rapids Jefferson. But probably more importantly, she's known now for her digs, 749 career digs. She's got a few more than that now, as we've got a couple more matches, but averages a couple a set. Slagle was academic All Big Ten in the fall of 2020. Got a career high 24 digs against Illinois this year, the 5-set match at the beginning of the season. Had 3 aces against Rutgers back in the spring season that we played. She had 4 then here against Washington early in the season. So we'll try to get a few more of those stats and things in as we go along, but just wanted to honor the seniors a little bit more than normal here tonight, as this is the final match for the Hawkeye seniors. Penn State comes back out. Blossom will serve. 2019, Penn State on top. Floats it over. Good ball to Ortega. Backside, Buzz tips it. Or that's Hansen that tips it. Goes right down the line and scores. Tied at 20. Hansen now back to serve. Kendra comes forward. Fires it over. Good ball from Hampton. Middle attack from Horde. She pounds it off of Ortega. Ball goes into the up ref stand, and it's 21-20. Penn State back on top. Horde's got 6 now. Hawks are going to have to find a way to keep her under control here. Kirshen checks in for the first time. She'll serve. She knocks it right down the line at Slagle. Good ball. Ortega pushes it outside. Vanderwide off the block. Dug by Hampton. Goes backside. Johnny Parker on a double. Good combination play there for Penn State, and they have their first 2-point lead, 22-20. See, it looks like Coach Brown will call the second timeout, 22-20. Penn State on top. Take just a quick look at the stats that we didn't glance at last time. Hawks hitting .286, holding Penn State to .233. So a really nice job there. Hansen has 3 kills. Buzz has 3 kills. Jones has 3 kills. You give Hannah Clayton a couple, and you give 1 to Addie Vanderwide. So good balance so far from the Hawks there. 4 digs from Bailey Ortega. She's doing a little bit of everything to go with her 9 assists. Hawks will have to find a way to dig out of this hole, though. Second senior we've got here tonight, Hannah Clayton from Bloomington, Illinois. My fault. My apologies to the Clayton family. Hannah's had a great career here at Iowa. 381 sets played for her, 106 matches, 551 kills, averages about 1.4 kills per set. As we mentioned, hitting almost .290 in her career. She had 17 kills against Air Force earlier this season. Hit .667 against Indiana in the spring. 9 blocks is her career high against Northwestern also in the spring. Hannah always has a smile on her face, one of the most just happy people that I've been around when I get a chance to be with the team and be around the team. Hannah's always got a positive and doing great things for her teammates. Kirshen to serve again. She knocks it over. Actually, she knocks it into the net. 22-21. Hawks get a break on the service error. Hinkle back to the service line. Hawks will need to find a way to string together a couple points here. Mari, hand goes up. She comes forward, floats it over. Good ball there. Middle attack from Horde. Hawks got a hand on that one, but it still goes off the block and scores. 23-21. Give Horde now 7, as she's been dominant here in the first set. Vanderwide was just a touch late on the block. Hampton to serve for Penn State. She knocks it over. Vanderwide. Ortega with the one-handed ball. Dug by Jones. Blossom chases it down. Goes to the outside. Rolled over. Diving play by Vanderwide. Jones gets out of the way. Ortega gets it. Bizzario goes hard off Blossom, and it's 23-22. Courtney now with 4. Court back to the service line. She goes sharp cross. Not a great pass, but good enough. Ball goes up, dug by Slagle. Ball's tight, overpass to Stark, and she gets the kill and finishes it off. Ortega was a front row setter, had a chance to go contest it, just couldn't quite close the block. 24-22 Penn State. Parker to serve. Floats it over, off the tape, rolls onto the Hawks side. Dirty ace ends it. Hawks had done a great job in serve receive, but that one was kind of yucko. 25-22, Penn State takes the first set. We'll take a break. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. I'm John Evans. Hawks drop set 1, 25-22. Hotly contested first set. Big news out of Minneapolis. The Golden Gophers upset the Wisconsin Badgers, and the Hawkeyes will win the Big Ten West outright and head to Indianapolis and play next week against Michigan for the Big Ten Championship. So Hawks one day rooted for the Gophers, and it worked out nicely as the Hawkeyes end up avoiding the two-way tie with Wisconsin, and by winning the conference head to the championship game. So Hawks get one more chance to play next week before bowls come out. Hawks led in the first set. Actually, the Hawks did a great job in the first set. Hit 300, 13 kills, just 4 errors. Held Penn State to 265, 15 kills and 6 hitting errors. Hawks did a nice job there. The one service ace there to end the match, or end the first set, was a net cord that rolled over. So not a whole lot Iowa could have done with that one. Suppose you're always supposed to be a little bit more ready, but Hawks just caught a bad break there. See how they can battle back now here in this set. Blossom starts us off here in set 2. She knocks it to Vanderweide, uses hands to Ortega, backside to Hansen. She tips back on the Hawkeye side as Rollins just kind of flailed at it, put it back onto the top of the net, and Clayton goes over and knocks it down for a kill. 1-0, Hawks on top again. Hansen now back to serve. She floats it over and drops it right in front of Rollins. 2-0 Hawks. First service ace of the night goes to Kendra Hansen. First service ace for Iowa goes to Kendra Hansen. Hansen again. A little more solid this time. Rollins, good pass. Blossom goes to Horde. She tips it. Dug by Hansen. Backside to Bizzario. High off the block. Easy dig there. In transition goes to Horde, and she dents the floor again. Kill number 8 for her. Cuts the Hawkeye lead in half, 2-1. She's just mean. Volleyball said something not nice about her, and she's taking it out on it. Rollins back to serve. She knocks it over. Good ball from Hinkle. Ortega pushes it outside. Vanderwide tips off the block. Dug up. Parker platforms it. Rollins from the back row. Dug by Ortega. Hinkle goes outside of Bizzario on the right. And Courtney finds the seam and scores 3-1. Hinkle jogs back to serve. Jones and Clayton pass each other as Jones goes to the front row. Hinkle floats it over. Lunging play there. Middle attack from Horde. And she again pounds it in front of the back row. Mari Hinkle might need headgear before today's over. 3-2 Iowa on top. Hampton to serve. Slagle, great pass. Jones out of the middle. She scores. She goes off the middle attacker there. Went off Holland. Got the kill. 4-2 Hawks. Anabanjo back in. Bizzario back to serve. Buzz, deep breath. Comes forward. Fires it long. 4-3. As frustrated as I get sometimes with the Hawkeye service errors, when you think about how good of a passing team Penn State is and how effective they are with the middle attack, you're going to have to risk a little bit of something just to make sure you aren't floating them in, because if Penn State can just serve or pass it right back at you, they're going to run that middle and clobber you all day. Big swing from Vanderwide on the outside as the Hawks get a good serve receive. Vanderwide gets the swing, gets the kill off the block, 5-3. Vanderwide goes back to serve. Slagle checks out. Hansen comes into the front row. Vanderwide knocks it over. Rollins passes off the net, goes outside. Big swing, high off the block. Hinkle takes that one easy. Split, gets both feet underneath, goes to Hansen behind her. She's dug up. Ball goes middle. Diving play by Hinkle. Split, pushes it behind her to Anabanjo. Tip, running through. Blossom gets it. Hampton goes backside to Parker. Hinkle with it. Split. Hinkle has to just platform it over, though. Hampton. Slide coming. Big swing, scores. That was Holland on the slide. 5-4 Hawks lead. Stark back to serve now for the Nittany Lions. Hansen had the block set out on the line. Jones couldn't quite get it closed up. Stark knocks it into the net. 6-4. Quick spin around sends Jones back to the service line. Clayton comes back in. Amaya knocks it over right down the line. Good pass, though. Slide. That's Holland off the block and scores 6-5. Holland back to serve. That puts Horde back in the front row. Holland tosses it, fires it cross. Lunging play by Vanderwide. Ortega goes down low. Hansen off the block. Great play by the Hawks to keep it in play. Just have to platform it over, though. This is trouble. Middle attack. Hawks dig it up. Bizzario gets it. Hinkle goes behind her to Hansen. Hansen off the block. Nobody home for Penn State and scores. 7-5. Hawks finally dig up Horde. Hasn't happened too often today. Just a quick check of the stats. She's got 15 swings, and the Hawks, she only has 9 kills, so We're on play. Blossom pushed it outside to Rollins. Big swing. Dug by Hinkle. Ortega. Backside to Vanderwide. Tries to go off the block. Missed. Swing for Parker in the back row. And she drops it in front of Ortega. Good swing there from Johnny Parker. Hawks still lead 7-6. Blossom back to serve. Right down the line. Good pass from Vanderwide. Ortega pushed it outside to Buzz. High off the block. Lunging play. Blossom pushed it outside to Rollins. Big swing off the block. Ortega gets it. Hinkle behind her to Bizzario. Down the line. Blossom digs it up. Back row for Parker. She sails it out of bounds. Actually, that was Stark. Stark sailed it out of bounds. 8-6 Hawks lead. Hansen back to serve. She floats it over. Horde takes it. That's one way to do it if you're the middle and you want the ball, is to make a perfect pass to Blossom. Horde gets it right back and she kills it. Give her 10 now. The race to double digits. She got there pretty darn quick. She went one-on-one with Clayton. Buzz was stuck with the outside hitter. Rollins to serve again. I'm sorry, just serve for the first time. Vanderwide's off the net. Ortega chases it down. Buzz dug up by Rollins. Middle attack again. Horde didn't get all of that one, but got enough. Tied at 8. She's pretty good at this volleyball thing. Rollins floats it over. Vanderwide. Ortega goes back to Bizzario, dug by Rollins. And then Stark tries to tip it, and that was not very good. Ball rolls into the net. 9-8 Hawks lead. Another quick loop around. Sends Clayton to the bench and Jones to the front row. Mari will serve. Hinkle knocks it over. Rollins pass off the net. Ball goes behind her to Parker. Rolls it over. Diving play from Slagle. Ortega to Jones. Dug up by Hampton. Comes back to Parker again. Big swing off the block and scores. Ties it up at 9. Johnny Parker gets the kill. That's 4 for her. Everybody else is normal. Caitlin Horde is the one that is being a little abnormal, as she's just been tough to stop. She's got 11 on the match to lead everybody. Hampton to serve. Fires it over. Ortega, good ball. Ortega, Jones scores. Hawks run their own good middle and score. 10-9. Amaya's got 5. Anabanjo comes in for Ortega. Buzz loops around to the service line. She knocks it right down the line. Good pass, though. Blossom goes outside. Big swing. Stark knocks it off a diving Hinkle. Mari tried to get the one hand up. Couldn't control it, though. Tied at 10. Parker now back to serve. She runs it forward. Good ball from Ortega, or for Vanderwide. Slide to Jones. Split pushed it a little too far outside. Amaya couldn't keep it inside the antenna. 11-10 now. Penn State has the lead. Parker to serve again. Vanderwide, good ball to split. Anabanjo has to just roll it over. Good scramble play there as Parker with a diving play. Blossom gets it up in the air and gives it to Holland, and Holland gets the kill. 12-10 now. Penn State starting to sneak away. Hawks need a side out. Parker runs it forward. Gives them the side out as she sails it wide and long. 12-11. Hansen comes back in for Slagle. Vanderwide will serve for the Hawks. Addy runs it forward. Rollins plays a ball that might have been out. Pushes it outside to Stark. Big swing. Finds the seam in the Hawk defense. Just catches the back line. 13-11. Vilanovic back into serve now for Penn State. She checked in for Stark. Checks the bench, gets the signal. Comes forward and fires. Into the net. Couple service errors for Penn State helping the Hawks out. 13-12 now. The merry-go-round continues. Clayton comes back in. Hinkle goes to the bench. Jones back to serve. Amaya hops forward, fires a good ball. Pass off the net. Rollins will get a swing from the outside. Dug by Vanderwide, but not very good. Jones puts the ball. Hansen actually gets a little bit of a swing on it. Rollins, Blossom, tipped over the block. Jones tried to pancake it, but Holland just went over the top of the block. 14-12. They're in good. The middles for Penn State now have 17 kills between the two of them. Walls checks in for the first time. Just the third set I'm sorry. I think that Walls checks in just the third set she's played this year. She'll serve. She knocks it over. Vanderwide, pass off the net. Ortega gets it to Hansen. Dug by Rollins. Parker tips. Dug by Ortega. Hawks actually get it over. Good control there. Outside Rollins, big swing off the block. And scores. 15-12 now. Hawks with good scramble defense, just could never quite get control of the point. Walls to serve again. Hinkle, good ball. Behind her to Clayton on the slide. Dug up. Blossom, Horde. Beats it off Bazario's knee, and it's 16-12. And Coach Brown will step in and call timeout. 16-12, Penn State leads the second. They lead 1-0. Hawkeye fans, get a taste of game day at your home by stopping by Molly's Cupcakes and picking up your favorite cookie or Rice Krispie treat to satisfy your sweet tooth craving. Molly's Cupcakes, located off Clinton Street in the heart of downtown Iowa City. Going to take another quick look at a senior here. My good buddy, Amaya Jones. Amaya's played in 98 matches in her Hawkeye career, hitting .293 on the old stat sheet here. So, as I mentioned before, she's number one all-time for the Hawkeyes on the Hawkeye career list. So, let's see here. What are her career highlights besides being just an all-around good kid? 15 kills against Indiana back in 2019. Funny enough, in that match, she also had 7 aces. So great job there. She was on fire offensively there. 8 blocks against Penn State back in 2018. Amaya always has a smile for me too. Just my good buddy to be around. So I've had a good time getting to know Amaya. She's from Indianapolis, Indiana. We got that one right. We won't call that one Indianapolis, Illinois. We're in good shape there. But Amaya, the third of 4 seniors on the Hawkeye squad. Getting back underway here. Walls to serve for Penn State. Hansen, tough pass. Ortega goes over, but what a great dig. Rollins knocks it over. Hinkle with a great ball. Ortega to Clayton. Timing was bad, though. Blossom digs it up. Ball goes outside to Rollins. Big swing off the block. Hansen gets it. Ortega pushes it to Bazzario. She's dug up by Parker. Middle attack from Horde. Tips it. Scores. It's hard to blame the back row for being on their heels a little bit when the ball goes toward Horde. But that time she tips it right into the donut. It's 17-12. She just hung in the air a little bit longer than Hansen did. Walls again. Vanderwide, it's off the net. Ortega, Hansen, blocked. Horde and Blossom get it. 18-12 now. Set's getting away from the Hawks here a little bit. Walls to serve again. Runs forward and fires. Vanderwide. Ortega. Bizarro from the back row. Scores! She catches the back line. Ends the run. 18-13 now. Ortega to serve. Hawks are going to have to find a way to dig in here. Bailey floats it over. Diving play there by Hampton. Goes outside to Rollins. Dug by Hinkle. Ortega gets it out. Vanderwide just misses long from the back row. 19-13 on the hitting error. Blossom to serve for Penn State. She knocks it over. Vanderwide, good ball. Middle attack from Clayton. Goes off Hampton. Blossom, back row from Penn State. Dug by Vanderwide. Ortega chases it down. Bizarro. Oh, good play there. Hampton chases it down into the Penn State bench. Rollins free balls it over. Vanderwide. Ortega. Clayton out of the middle. Scores! Blossom dove in front of Stark. Knocked it away. 19-14. Hawks within reaching distance. We'll see if they can string points together. Hanson now. Kendra knocks it right down the line. Rollins, good ball. Horde out of the middle. Fires it long. Hawks catch a break. 19-15 on the Horde hitting error. Hanson again. Right down the line again. Rollins off the net this time. Goes outside. Big swing. Rolled over. Hanson diving play. Ortega from her knees to Bizarro. Rolls it over the block. Penn State kind of looked at each other there. Rollins had a chance to play the ball. Stepped away from it. Blossom wasn't ready for that. 19-16. Hanson again. Right down the line. Rollins. It's tight. Hawks bat it over. Comes back. Blossom. It's a bad ball there. She tried to go to Horde out of the middle, but Horde was way up in the air. And the ball was really low. Horde couldn't get down to get it. 19-17. The Hawks are back to within 2, and Penn State will use their first timeout. We'll take the break this time. Actually, we won't. We're going to go ahead and stay with the last senior. We will stay with the last senior, Courtney Bizarro. Courtney from Chino Hills, California. Court has been Court has been asked to do a little bit of everything for her Iowa Hawkeyes. 28 kills this year against Duke is her career high. She has, what is it? Is it 2? Is it 3? She has 3 career triple doubles. I was at the Nebraska match the end of 2019 when Iowa had no business being in the match, and they gave the Cornhuskers everything they wanted before falling in 5 sets when she posted that triple-double. Let's see, she hit 552 against Indiana earlier this month. That was her career high. And then to show her versatility, she had 51 assists against Indiana back in 2019, in the fall of 2019. 5 aces against Northwestern last week's her career high. 16 digs against Colorado early in the season's her career high. 7 blocks against Indiana in the spring. There's been a Bizarro on the roster for quite a while, her sister Megan. A lot of fun with Megan. And then her younger sister Paige would love to have her be a Hawkeye, but she's headed to the Naval Academy, which, congratulations to her. That's a pretty awesome adventure as well. We're back in play. Hanson sails it long. There's that service error bug biting the Hawks at a bad time. 20-17. Hawks are all right here. We're going to get a side out and battle right back in it. Hanson checks out. Slagle will come in for her. 20-17. Hawks are in good shape here. Kirshen checks in. Pritchard checks in for Penn State in the front row. She's a transfer from Maryland. Kirshen to serve. Knocks it over. Hinkle. Great ball to Ortega. Middle to Clayton. Scores! 20-18. Hannah Clayton with the kill. She checks out. Hinkle will come in for her to serve. Jones hustles into the front row. 20-18. Hawks hanging around. Going to have to string a couple points together again, though. Hinkle right down the line. Rollins, good ball, though. Goes over Horde. Parker goes right down the line. Hinkle couldn't get a foot in the way. 21-18. Hampton back to serve for Penn State. She fires it into the net. Looking to go cross, got the top of the net, fell back on the Penn State side, 21-19. Bizzario back to serve now. Hawks staying with the ball, goes over. Jones, Amaya Jones catches the overpass, pounds it back onto the Penn State side, 21-20. I was just saying, Hawks sticking to the 5-1 rotation now with Ortega in the front row. Change coming for Penn State. Stark comes back in. 21-20. Hawks trail. Buzz. Fires it. Rollins. Blossom. Middle attack coming. Dug up. Hawks will have a chance to tie. Hinkle. Vanderwide. Long. She tried to roll it over the top of the block and missed. 22-20. Parker back to serve. Hawks need a side out right now. She floats it over. Vanderwide, good pass. Ortega back out to Vanderwide. And Addie scores this time. 22-21. Rollins got a playable ball up for Penn State, but everybody kind of stood there and looked at each other. Nobody went after it. 22-21. Slagle goes out. Hansen comes in. See what the Hawks can do here. Vanderwide. Addie knocks it over. Bad ball. Chase down. Rollins from the back row. Hinkle. Ortega. Jones. Kill! Tied at 22. Amaya Jones knocks it to the floor on the Penn State side. See if the Hawks can regain the lead. Vanderwide to serve again. But first, Penn State will use their second timeout. Hey, Hawkeye fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotel. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. 22-all here in set 2. Penn State took the first, 25-22. Courtney and Kendra, 7 kills each for the Hawks. Caitlin Horde leads everybody with 13. Bailey Ortega with 9 digs for the Hawks. Mari Hinkle with 7. Hampton with 6. Blossom with 6. Parker with 6 for Penn State. We'll come back out of timeout here. Vanderwide serving for the Hawks. Iowa scored a couple in a row here to tie it up. Horde also has 3 blocks to go with her kills, so she's had a great night all the way around. Vanderwide to serve. Finishing up here the timeout. Here she comes. Floats it over. Rollins. Ball's way off the net. Blossom chases it down. Stark from the outside. Big swing. Dug by Vanderwide. Ortega. Hansen. Big swing. Rollins gets it up in the air. Blossom pushes it outside. Stark again. Rolled over. Long. Stark with the hitting error, and the Hawks lead 23-22. Vanderwide to serve. Another substitution coming for Penn State. Vanderwide runs it forward, fires. Ugh. Not the best time for the service error into the net. 23 all. Back to serve now for the first time tonight is Pritchard. She knocks it over. Good ball from Vanderwide. Ortega to Pizarro, back row. Courtney goes off the block, and it ricochets out of bounds, and the Hawks have set point 24-23. Hinkle goes out. Jones to the service line. Clayton hustles back to the front row. Amaya knocks it down the line. Tight ball, right side tip. Little collision. Vanderwide pushes it out to Hansen for the lead. Can't get it. Blocked by, let's see, that was Blossom and Holland get the block. And we are tied at 24. Holland now back to serve. She comes forward, fires. Lunging play by Vanderwide. Ortega chases it down. Hansen has to go off the net. Right down the line. Good ball. Pushed it outside. Rollins, big swing. Goes off the block and scores. 25-24. Penn State retakes the lead with the Rollins kill. Coach Brown will step in. He'll call timeout. We'll go ahead and take this one as well. Penn State leads the second, 25-24. Lead the match 1-0. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Iowa Volleyball presented by Quickstar. I'm John Evans. 25-24. Penn State leads set 2. Back and forth set. Hawks have played exceptionally well. And we'll see if they can find a way to string together a couple points here and steal this second set. Holland to serve again for the Nittany Lions. She fires it over. Good ball there. Ortega pushes it, slide to Clayton. Tips. Run through by Blossom. Gets it. Ball goes to outside to Rollins. Big swing. Blocked! Bailey Ortega and Hannah Clayton get the block. We're tied at 25. That will send Ortega back to the service line. Bailey floats it over. Good ball. Look out. Horde. Dug up by Vanderwide. Ortega. Clayton off the block. Dug up by Hampton. Horde again. Dug up by Ortega. Hinkle platforms it out to Buzz. Off the block. Dug by Hampton. Off the net. Backside. Rolled over. Hawks are going to get this up in the air. Lose the joust. And that will be Horde that wins the joust. 26-24. I'm sorry, 26-25. They said there would be no math today. Blossom to serve. She knocks it over. Lunging play by Vanderwide. Slide to Clayton. Off the block, scores. Tied at 26. Hansen back to serve. See if the Hawks can push ahead. Good ball here. Look out. Horde from the middle. Oh, Clayton in the right place. Just couldn't quite seal the block. Horde gets the kill. 27-26. Her 14th. Rollins back to serve now for Penn State. She knocks it over. Good ball from Hinkle. Ortega behind her to Bizzario. Big swing. Dug by Hampton. Ball back on the Hawks side. Bizzario takes it. Ortega back to Buzz. Dug by Hampton again. Back row from Rollins. Off the tape. Oh no! Hawks mishandle the second ball. Can't get it over the net. And Penn State takes the second. 28-26. Game effort from the Hawks falls just short. And Penn State leads now 2-0. We'll go ahead and we'll take a break. Remember, this is a little bit of an extended break as we've got the 5-minute halftime. Hawks trail 2-0. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball, presented by Quickstar. I'm John Evans. Penn State leads 2-0, but two very competitive sets. Penn State took the first 25-22, took the second 28-26. Just a quick look at the Hawkeye leaders here. Courtney Bizzario, 8 kills, hitting .250. Amaya Jones, 7 kills, hitting .500. Hannah Clayton with 6 kills, hitting .385. Outside struggling just a bit for the Hawks. Kendra Hansen with 4 kills, hitting .053. Addie Vanderweide with 3 kills, hitting 0. 20 assists for Bailey Ortega. Hawks have 1 ace serve from Kendra Hansen. Let's see here. 9 digs from Mari Hinkle, 8 from Bailey Ortega, 6 from Addie Vanderweide. Hawks hitting .222 as a team. Penn State hitting .280. Hawks with, let's see, what do we have? 3 total blocks. Penn State with 5. 40 digs for Penn State, 35 for the Hawks. So Iowa's right there. Just need to find a way to close out this set and see if we can force an extra one here. Ortega will get us underway to start set 3. She knocks it over. Good ball. Middle attack from Horde. Dug up by Hinkle. Ortega platforms it behind her to Bizzario. She goes high off the block and scores. 1-0 Hawks. Ortega to fire again. She knocks it down the line. Rollins, good ball. Actually, had to joust it up there. Rollins from the outside. Rolls it over. Hinkle, diving play. Ortega, middle from Clayton. Blocked by Horde. Hawks can't cover. Hinkle had a chance. Got a little energetic with the one-handed punch. Knocked it into the net, and Iowa couldn't control it out of the net. Tied at 1 on the Horde block of Clayton. Blossom to serve. She knocks it over. Good ball from Vanderweide. Ortega outside to Bizzario. She goes off the block and scores. Courtney gets the kill. 2-1 Hawks lead. Hansen back to serve. Kendra runs it forward. Goes at Rollins. Good ball. Middle attack from Horde. Tips. Dug up by Ortega. Hinkle uses hands to Bizzario. Bizzario rolls it over. Diving play by Hampton. Blossom pushes it outside. Tipped over. And that'll go off the block and score. Give that one to Parker. Good smart play by her. Tooling it off the block. Tied at 2. Rollins back to serve. Knocks it over. Hinkle. Good ball to Ortega. Way behind her to Bizzario. And good play there by Ortega. Got Bizzario a one-on-one swing. 3-2 Hawks lead. That's 11 for Buzz. Hinkle now. Knocks it over right down the line. Parker, good ball. Horde out of the middle. Slagle gets it up in the air. Ortega pushes it out to Vanderweide. Blocked. Johnny Parker, Caitlin Horde get the block. Tied at 3. Hampton to serve now. Penn State libero comes forward. Slagle, good ball to Ortega. Jones out of the middle. She's blocked. Penn State starting to flex a little bit at the net. Give that one to Holland and Parker. 4-3 Penn State. Hampton again. Off the tape. Jones takes it. Ortega all the way behind her to Buzz. Rollins dove out of the way thinking it was out. Caught the corner. Tied at 4. Hawks going to stick to the 5-1. Bizzario back to serve. Ortega stays in the front row. Buzz knocks it over. Rollins, bad pass, but good ball from Blossom. Rolls it over. That's a great swing from Stark as she finds the back corner, just well positioned there. 5-4 Penn State. Parker. She floats it over. Vanderwide. Ortega goes up, wins the joust, but falls back onto the Penn State side. Hinkle with a diving play. Ortega. Vanderwide tips. Parker. Blossom. Back to Parker. Rolls it over. Oh, great play there from Parker again as she caught Ortega cheating. She gave a little look like a roll shot. Ortega was coming in to catch the dump, and Parker sent it right back to the spot Ortega just vacated. 6-4. Parker again. Vanderwide, good ball. Ortega, backside of Bizzario. Dug by Hampton. Blossom, outside. Stark rolls it over. Slagle. Ortega. Vanderwide, dug by Hampton again. Blossom chases it down. Stark will get another swing, and she goes sharp cross and scores. She was positioned inside the block, and that gave her a little different angle. She was able to just chop it in. 7-4. Parker again. Hawks need to find a way to stop this now. Parker knocks it over. Vanderwide, ball's off the net. Ortega, Bizzario from the back. Dug by Hampton. Chased into the crowd. Stark gets Rollins a swing. Dug by Ortega. Hinkle gets Vanderwide a swing. She goes off the block. Penn State will get this over. Stark's actually going to get a free ball swing at it. Diving play by Slagle. Ortega to Jones on the slide. Scores! Amaya went off the block and scored. 7-5. Slid it right through there. Slagle goes out. Hansen goes in. She'll be in the front row. Vanderwide to serve. Addie knocks it over. Good ball. Slide coming. Tipped over. Hawks get it up in the air, but they're called in the, actually called for double contact. So give that kill to Holland. 8-5 Penn State. Stark back to serve. Stark out. Broughton in to serve. Coach Rose getting everybody in. He's got 9 seniors on the squad, so it feels like he's trying to get everybody some action here. She knocks it over. Hinkle. Ortega off the net, goes to Hansen. She hits it just long. Broughton was trying to dive and play it, but Hansen goes long, 9-8. Broughton knocks it. Knocks it right into the low center of the net, 9-5. I'm sorry, 9-6. Clayton goes back into the front row. Jones spins it at the service line. She knocks it right down the line. Ball's off the net. Blossom chases it down. Back row from Penn State. Dug by Hansen. Ortega platforms it to Bizzario. Dug by Hampton. Blossom. Rollins has to sharp roll it over. Hansen. Ortega. Hansen. Dug up. Blossom outside Rollins. Blocked. Hampton covers. Blossom chases it down. Back row from Penn State. Blocked back onto the Penn State side. Parker covers. Blossom. Rollins. Sharp cross. Jones sends it into the 6th row. As a leaping Coach Brown couldn't make the play on the Iowa bench, and it's 10-6. Holland back to serve. Knocks it over Vanderwide. Bad pass. Ortega. Hinkle has to platform it over. Uses hands. Blossom dumps it over. That's the first time she's done that. And she just kind of stole one. She knocked it over. A little farther than the normal dump, but it goes in front and goes in front of Vanderwide. And it's 11-6, and the Hawks will use a timeout. We'll go ahead and take a short break. Penn State leads 2-0 and 11-6 here in the third. You are listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball. I'm John Evans. Looking to downsize from your family home? The new Oak Knoll East campus is now open and offers many unique amenities for your active lifestyle. Call 319-351-1720 or visit oakknoll.com to set up your personal tour. Oak Knoll is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. 11-6 here in set 3. Penn State starting to sneak away a little bit. They did this in set 2, and the Hawks dug deep, battled back. Courtney Bizzario, last night putting on the Hawkeye uniform, 12 kills, hitting .312, has a couple blocks, 3 digs. Let's see, we've got Amaya Jones with 8 kills, hitting .429 in her last go-around. Hannah Clayton with 7 kills, so the senior's doing a nice job there. Maddie Slagle, the other senior, 7 digs, so she's doing a great job from the back row. Penn State knocks it over. Vanderwide to Ortega. Clayton on the slide. Penn State in the net. That'll give Clayton the kill. She blasted it long, but works out. 11-7. Ortega back to serve. Bailey floats it over. Ball's tight. Blossom's going to have to go up. She wins the joust. Hawks weren't quite ready for that one. She got her shoulders square. You need to seal up. 12-7. Blossom's second kill in as many tries. She'll go back to serve now, so she won't do that anymore for a while. Knocks it over. Vanderwide to Ortega. Hansen, big swing, dug up. Vanderwide has to go flying over, knocks it on. Horde, actually that's Parker. Ortega one-hands it. Hansen gets it. Clayton gets it in play. Horde, that was a fire drill. There were no Hawkeye players around as they were chasing everywhere to get that ball in play. And you give Horde a hitting line swing and she kills it, and it's 13-7. Horde now with 15. Great defense from the Hawks, just could never control the point. Blossom to serve again. Vanderwide off the net. Ortega outside to Buzz. And she scores going sharp. Actually went to the far corner and scored 13-8. Give Buzz 13 now. Hansen back to serve. Rollins, good ball. Horde out of the middle, tips. Clayton knocks it right back. Horde covers it. Backside Rollins. Dug by Ortega. Hinkle out to Buzz. Off the block. Dug up. Holland. That was Blossom that gave it to Horde. Hawks got hands on it. But Horde gets the kill. 14-8. And that'll send Rollins back to serve. Pritchard checks back in for Penn State. Rollins knocks it over. Vanderwide, good ball. Goes outside. Vanderwide tips. Diving pancake. Up in the air. Came back to the Hawkeye side, and Clayton hammers it home. 14-9. Alert play there from Hannah. She was able to just knock it right back down while the Penn State defense was in scramble mode. Hinkle back to serve. Floats it over. Right side attack coming. Whew. Johnny Parker just pounds it down the line. 15-9. 15-10. Hampton back to serve. She floats it over. Slagle. Ball's off the net. Ortega gives it to Buzz, who tips, and it's a beauty. Great tip there from Buzz. 15-10. We are struggling with the math skills tonight. Anabanjo comes back in. Ortega checks out. Buzz will serve. Buzz fires it down the line. Pritchard tries to reach for it, doesn't move her feet, and that's an ace serve, 15-11. Just the second ace of the night for the Hawks. that will do it for Pritchard. She checks back out. Buzz knocks it over. Good ball this time. It goes outside, off the block. Bizzario gets it with one hand. Hinkle platforms behind her to Vanderwide. She has to tip. She has to tip again. Covered up. Goes outside. Parker tips it over. Bizzario hustles and gets it. Rollins takes it from their side. Middle attack. Rolled over. Hawks can't control that one. And Holland gets the kill. 16-11. Buzz goes out. Split checks back in. And that puts Parker back to serve. She fires it over. Vanderwide. Split. Split's called for a double. Couldn't quite get her feet set. I've seen worse. 17-11. Parker again. Vanderwide off the net. Split gets this one. Jones has to roll it over, though. Hampton. That's why your libero doesn't take an off-balance, one-handed flailing swing from the back line, as she doesn't even get it to the net. 17-12. Hawks need to find a way to make a run. Hansen back in. Vanderwide will serve. Addy knocks it over. Rollins. Bad pass. Tipped over. Jones takes it. Split. Jones. Dug by Hampton. Rollins from the back row. Big swing off the block and scores. Little unlucky there for the Hawks, but a good swing from Rollins out of the back row, and it's 18-12. Stark to serve. Floats it over. Vanderwide. Good ball. Anabanjo out of the middle. Blocked. Allie Holland gets the block, and it's 19-12 Penn State. Timeout Iowa. They'll use their last one. 19-12 Penn State leads the third. We'll take a break. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield. Welcome back to Hawkeye Volleyball, presented by Quickstar. I'm John Evans. Iowa Volleyball is also brought to you by University of Iowa Sports Medicine, offering sports injury prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation to athletes of all ages and skill levels. University of Iowa Sports Medicine, team physician of your Iowa Hawks. Penn State turned up the defense here in the third set, holding the Hawks to 129. See if the Hawks have one more rally in them. Back to serve Stark. Vanderwide, good ball, split, outside to Hansen. Goes down the line and scores. 19-13. Clayton comes in. Hinkle hustles over to the bench. And Amaya Jones to serve. She knocks it long. 20-13. That'll bring Hinkle back into the back row. Stark checks out. Walls checks in. She had a nice service run last set. See if the Hawks can get her off the line quickly. Walls knocks it into the net. Hawks do get her off the line quickly because of what she does, 20-14. Substitutions all around. Bizzario comes in for split. Ortega comes in and she'll serve. Bailey spins it, floats it over. Horde takes it, goes outside to Rollins. Big swing off the block. Hinkle's able to chase it down. Ortega out to Hanson. Goes through, dug up by Parker. Blossom chases it down, goes outside to Rollins. She tips. Vanderweide's there. Ortega, Clayton. Parker's there. Hinkle takes it. Clayton again. Hawks keep it in play. Ortega just has to tip it over. Outside to Rollins. Hawks block it. Hannah, Clayton, Courtney, Bizzario block Rollins, and it's 20-15. Boy, I think if I'm Penn State, I'd go to Horde on that one, but they went outside instead. Hawks get the better of it. Ortega. Bailey comes forward. Big high floater again. Horde takes it. Slide to Horde. Off the block. Vanderweide gets it. Ortega behind her to Bizzario. High off the block. Got by Hampton. Blossom behind her to Parker. Off the block and scores. Hanson and Clayton were there. Hanson just couldn't quite get the press. 21-15. Blossom back to serve for Penn State. Iowa needs a side out, and then they'll have to find a way to score a couple points in a row. She knocks it over. Hanson, good ball. Bizzario out of the middle, scores. 21-16. Hanson walks back to the service line. See if the Hawks have one last punch. Hanson knocks it over. Blossom all the way outside. Big swing from Parker, goes through the block and scores. 22-16. Slagle comes in. Hanson goes out. Penn State 3 points away. Rollins to serve. Pritchard checks back in. Rollins knocks it over. Good ball from Vanderweide. Ortega back to Vanderweide off the block. Dug up. Hampton platforms it out to Parker. Right side swings. She just hammers it home. Johnny Parker, 23-16. Rollins to serve again. Punches it over. Good ball to Ortega. Middle to Clayton. Dug up by Hampton. Blossom chases it down. Pritchard from the outside. Dug by Hinkle. Ortega outside to Vanderweide off the block. Good dig there. Ball goes back to Pritchard again. Big swing. Diving play by Hinkle. Ortega gets it. Goes back to Buzz. Buzz scores. Good sharp cross there. Split the block. 23-17. Hinkle back to serve. Jones heads back to the front row. Mari knocks it, a big floater over. Hampton. Middle to Horde. Dug up by Slagle. Ball goes outside to Vanderweide. And she splits the seam and scores. 23-18. Hinkle one more time. Knocks it over. Pritchard takes it. Outside, backside to Parker. And she goes off Ortega and she scores 24-18. Penn State now with a handful of match points. We'll have Hampton back at the service line. She knocks it over. Lunging play by Vanderweide. Ortega platforms it to Buzz. Buzz goes sharp cross and scores. Blossom thinks she should have had it, but she couldn't quite get it up in the air. Hawks are alive for one more point, 24-19. Buzz to serve. She knocks it over Rollins. Good ball goes outside to Pritchard. She goes off the block and scores. That will do it. 25-19. Penn State completes the sweep. They take it 25-22, 28-26, and 25-19. And that ends the Hawkeye season. A big thank you to the outgoing Hawkeye seniors, Courtney Bizzario from Chino Hills, California, Amaya Jones from Indianapolis, Indiana, Maddie Slagle from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and Hannah Clayton from Bloomington, Illinois. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for putting on the black and gold. Once a Hawk, always a Hawk. Appreciate you listening this season, everyone. It's been fun bringing all the matches to you with minimal technical difficulties this year. We'll be back next year. Hawks finished the season 5-23, but had some successful weekends here towards the end of the season in November. So a good job by the Hawks all the way around. Not quite the finish they wanted, but a lot of good effort shown tonight. Played with another nationally ranked team and gave Penn State all they wanted for a couple sets there anyway. So again, thanks for listening. I'm John Evans. This has been Iowa Volleyball presented by Learfield. Go Hawks.